Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all about Champions League football. Finally, Champions League is back after the Christmas break, and we had a relatively decent tie against Dinamo Zagreb. Obviously, we kind of, in the last two games of the kind of quote-unquote group stage now, it's not really a group stage, it kind of is, but the new format is kind of, it's like a league table type thing. And we've got two games left until the knockout stage is what I'm trying to say. And obviously Dinamo Zagreb is a team that, having faced the teams that we've played already, PSG, Inter Milan and so on, it's not a game that you kind of look at and think, okay, this is going to be our most difficult game. And that was at home as well, which is cool for us. But you can't take any games for granted in the Champions League right now, as Man City found out. And yeah, you can't just be like, oh, this is an easy game. It's going to be an easy game because you never really know. But it did turn out like that. We got a very comprehensive, dominating 3-0 victory at home against Zagreb. Yeah, like I said, it's hugely important. So in the game, obviously, it really helped the fact that Declan Rice scored his first Champions League goal. Sorry, in like 2 minutes. It was like a minute and a half or whatever, which is great. We always seem to do well when we score first, especially when it's really quickly. And it was all Arsenal, to be honest with you. I mean, if we had a decent striker, credit to Kai Havertz, who did get our second goal, by the way. I think if we had a really good world-class striker, we would have won this game probably 5 or 6-0, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, obviously getting that first goal really quickly settled our nerves. I don't even think we were nervous at any point in this game, actually, to be honest. We looked like we were in second gear the entire game. We were not at our best at all, to be honest with you. It was a rotation, Kyrgios playing at centre-back, amongst others. I think, we did rotate for this game, rightly so. I think, obviously we've got we've got a game against Wolves in the Premier League this weekend, Saturday, and then we've got another Champions League game next week, and then we've got Man City after that. So we've got a difficult run, and we kind of have to rotate. We're already affected by injuries. We don't want to get any more. So yeah, like I said, we were very comfortable in this game, but obviously 1-0 going into the second half around the hour mark. You are always susceptible to conceding a lucky goal. And I felt like if we conceded and it went 1-1, I think we would have probably panicked a little bit, maybe struggled to get another goal. But getting a really good goal from Kai Havertz, a really good cross from Martinelli, and Havertz scores a really good goal. Again, I think he's got 14 goals now. I think 17 or 18 goal contributions now in all competitions for Kai Havertz. So he's not a bad player. He's scoring quite a lot of goals for us. It's just, and he scored. I think it's the third game that he scored in the Champions League as well. By the way, so he's a good player. But you're looking at someone that's going to be banging 20-25 goals a season, and you think if we had that kind of player, then we would have won this game quite comfortably. We are third in the title, in the kind of quote unquote league right now, and goal difference may play a part. So it's very tight at the moment as well. It's literally going to go down to the last game, and yeah, like I said, goal difference can play a part. It was also really good to see Martin Odegaard score a goal again. I honestly can't remember the last time he scored a goal. I think it might have been the first goal of the season for him. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, like I said, it was really good to get him getting a goal, a 3-0, which is really comfortable. It's kind of like a more fair scoreline than 2-0, to be honest with you. And yeah, we should have won this game by 5 or 6-0 in my opinion. Zagreb were just atrocious in my opinion. They were really bad actually. They did have a little bit of a fight, especially in the mid period. Just after the second half, just after the half time, should I say? But they never really looked like they were going to trouble David Ryan. They had no shots on target, only 5 shots in the entire game. They blatantly went there to try and get a point, and it failed miserably for them. And yeah, but like you said, 1-0 going into 90, 40, 60 minutes or whatever. You can susceptibly get a goal against you. Maybe they get a cheap penalty or whatever. So we were not comfortable really until that second goal went in. As soon as Kai Havertz scored that goal, I was like, cool, we're done now. We got the win, and that's what proved to happen. But like I said, there was a period where you think, well, this, they could get a goal out of nothing. But no, we secured the win. It was probably the easiest game we're ever going to play in the Champions League, in my opinion. All due respect to Zagreb, but yeah, it was just an easy game, to be honest with you. It was a game that we never had to get into first gear for. It's a game that we didn't really have to try too hard, to be honest with you. And then, yeah, we're looking to head now to the Girona game, and the next week, actually, it's the last game in the before the knockout stages. You kind of think that we've got it secured, but we haven't mathematically yet. We do. I think a draw, would secure it for us, but it depends on other results. And like I said, Liverpool running away with it at the top, but second all the way down, I think, to eighth. There's massive jeopardy right now. We kind of need to win that last game, so hopefully we can do that. Yeah, like I said, it's a decent result. It's a result that we needed to have. Obviously, we need to go into the Wolves game at the weekend with a little bit of a momentum, and we've got that. So hopefully we can carry that on and get a decent game, have a decent game against Wolves. But like I said, at the moment we're doing alright in the Champions League right now. Haven't conceded at home apparently. In the Champions League, I think we've only conceded 2 set piece goals all tournament so far. One was a corner, one was a free kick. No conceding goals from open play at all in the Champions League so far. And yeah, we're doing the business in the Champions League actually. Like I said, I've been saying a couple of times on Twitter, kind of half tongue in cheek, about Champions League not being anywhere near as difficult as it was 10, 15 years ago. And I stand by that. I think, PSG beating Man City, Man City are in a bit of a trash right now, but, I feel like any team could beat any team in the Champions League. There's no out and out winners right now. I mean, Liverpool look like they're the best, most informed team in Europe, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I just think that the Champions League is not as difficult anymore. Juventus, PSG, even Barcelona. Barcelona had a very tumultuous game. They only just managed to get a win. That was a quite entertaining game, actually. Quite funny. Real Madrid is always going to be a bit difficult, but Bayern Munich got spanked by Feyenoord as well when this Arsenal game was going on. So I think all the big teams can lose in this tournament. And I think, why can't we look at going into the knockouts and getting deep into it and try and win it? I mean, why can't we do that? I mean, I don't think there's any outrageous comment to say that we can't get to at least the semis, but it is what it is. We have to beat Girona first and get to the knockouts, and then we'll go from there. Talking about the final Bayern Munich game, what a game that was, by the way. Santi Jimenez, Sesko's been linked with Arsenal, Vlahovic as well, Gyökeres as well. I think Gyökeres and Sesko both scored the day before the Arsenal game, actually. And Santi Jimenez scored twice against Bayern Munich. And I keep saying Santi Jimenez could step into Arsenal under Arteta with our players and do brilliantly for us. I think he's very, very underrated. People are talking about him being sold for 40 million euros, which is outrageous. I mean, he's by far the best goal scorer in the Dutch league right now. He's scored twice against Bayern Munich. The first goal was absolutely brilliant, Suarez-esque. Why can't he be at least a target for Arsenal? I don't think Arsenal will sign him, but why can't he? He's a brilliant player. He's super young. I think he's 24 now. And he's ready for a step up. AC Milan look like they're going to sign him, but I think why can't Arsenal be at least in for him? Scoring against Bayern Munich is not an easy thing to do. It was a massive upset, that game, to be honest with you. Everyone thought that Bayern Munich would win that game quite comfortably, and they didn't. So, like I said, Champions League is really open at the moment. But yeah, like I said, if we'd got a recognised striker that's prolific, I think we would have won by more. You look at Girona, you think we should be winning that game. No disrespect to them, but they're a decent team as well. You can't take anything for granted in the Champions League. Yeah, like I said, I think we had a decent game, to be honest with you. Another clean sheet for David Raya as well. I don't even know how many he's got in the Champions League now. Quite a lot, I think. And we actually managed to debut another a European debut for another player, Nathan Butler Oyedeji. Sorry, I'm getting the pronunciations wrong, but yeah, really good 22-year-old player managed to get his European debut. I think it's 8 players now, 6 or 8 players. I can't remember, but we've got a lot of debuts um, in the Champions League now for these young players. Emraneri and Lewis Skelly being the 2 prominent ones, I guess. And yeah, we've got more on the way, man. Max Dowland as well, amongst others. So yeah, like we're producing really good talent as well. So at the moment we're doing alright, to be honest with you. I think the kind of meltdown nature of Arsenal fans sometimes lets us down a little bit, but we're not in a bad club at all. We're not in a bad position at all. We're second in the league right now. We're third in the Champions League table. We deserve to be there. We deserve to be in the conversations with one of the best clubs in Europe right now. We just need to start winning something. So, if we can't get over the line in the Premier League, why can't we go all out and try and get the Champions League? But it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see for that. I'll try and be back for the Girona game. I want to do a video on that, especially if we can win it, and talk about who we can get in the knockouts. But let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think about the rest of the tournament. Can we go on and win it, you reckon? And let me know some of the players that played. I think Zinchenko had a good game. Tim had a good game at right back. Our midfield killed it. Odegaard and Rice both scored. But I think Jorginho was epic in this game. I think he absolutely bossed the midfield. Absolutely deserves to start against Wolves. I think the only player that really didn't do well was Sterling, to be honest with you. Still yet to do well for Arsenal at any point. I think he's had a couple of flashes when he looked kind of decent, but he hasn't really done anything in an Arsenal shirt yet. Not that whole loan move is starting to get a little bit more confusing now. We might as well have just kept, Reece Nelson from Fulham, but it is what it is. Anyway, let me know what you think about the rest of the tournament, and let me know what you think about the Wolves game as well. Do you think we can get a result against Wolves and Man City? Again, another couple of, 3 difficult games coming up, and more as well. We've got Newcastle in the second leg of the EFL semis as well. So yeah, superbly difficult month coming up. But thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I love Champions League football. I think we're here to stay again, hopefully. So anyway, guys, have a really good week and enjoy your weekend as well. It's coming up very quickly. So yeah, anyway, guys, take it easy. I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.